Welcome back to Business Studies class. In last class we have seen about global enterprises, isn't it? We have seen the features of global enterprises. So the next topic you have is joint venture. So in this video you will be learning the meaning of joint venture and the different types of joint ventures. Right? Okay, let us start with the topic. Here you can see the meaning. Joint venture is in general referred as JV. Okay, J stands for joint and V stands for venture. Joint venture. See, when I say venture, it is nothing but a risky business in the sense. Okay, when I say venture, it means a risky business, a risky activity. So joint, we know joint in the sense it is not done by a single person. Together with someone we are doing this. So because it is a risky business, we are taking the help of some other business is called your joint venture in general. Now we'll go with the meaning. A joint venture is a business arrangement in which two or more parties agrees to pool their resources for the purpose of accomplishing a specific task. So here two different businesses will be there. Okay, A is a particular business, okay, and B is a particular business. So A and B join together. It's just like partnership. We have seen partnership. Now two different people come and join. They want to do a business. Similarly, two different businesses want to together. They want to do a business. Is called your joint venture. So A is already a business and B is already a business. Together they want to start a new business like C. Okay, where both A and B will be the partners, like owners. They will be contributing capital, they will be sharing profit and loss, they will be sharing the tasks like this. Okay, so in partnership we have seen individual persons join together to do a business, but in joint venture it is two different businesses join together to start a new business. Okay, with the purpose of accomplishing a particular task. This task can be new project or any other business activity. In a joint venture, each of the participant is responsible for profit, loss, cost associated with it. However, the venture is its own entity, separate from the participants' other business interests. Okay, see, for example, A and B are the business, C will be a new business to it. So C will be having a separate legal entity. So in general we call this type of businesses as joint venture. You can see Hero is a separate company and Honda is a separate company. Is it clear? Hero is a separate company and Honda is a separate company from the different countries. Hero is from India and Honda is from, if I'm right, it is from Japan. Okay, both together they have come across and they have started a new business. Okay, so this is what called in collaboration we say. But if they merge, if Hero and Honda merges, now there is a single name like Hero Honda. Now there is no separate company called Hero, there is no separate company called Honda, but now we have a one business called Hero Honda. So this we don't call as a joint venture, this we call as merging of business. When I say joint venture, A will be there and B will be there, together they start C company. So A business will be continuing its business, B business will be continuing its business, along with that together they will be continuing C business. Is that clear? But in previous example, now you don't find any separate Honda company, now you don't find any separate Hero company, they have merged. They didn't collaborate with each other, they merged with each other. Means now you don't have any Hero company, now you don't have any Honda company, only single company will be having as Hero Honda. Okay, that is different from your joint venture. In joint venture what we study is A will be, that is Hero, that will be a separate company, Honda will be a separate company, together Hero Honda there will be one company. So Hero company will be going with its manufacturing, Honda company will be going with its own manufacturing, and Hero Honda, it's a new company like C company, it will be doing its own business. In that way they share profit and loss. It's just like partnership. As I told you, in partnership two different people come together to start a business, but in joint venture two different businesses come to participate to start a new business. Okay, the new business will be having separate legal entity. It can be like this. So it is called your joint venture. In textbook you have examples for joint venture, you please go through that. Now we have types of joint venture. Okay, now we have, this is important for 1 mark question, so please remember the types. So this is what the types of joint venture. You can see this figure in your textbook also. Joint ventures can be two types, that is equity based joint venture and contractual joint venture. Okay, equity based joint venture and contractual. So we'll be seeing here. See, if it is equity based, we say EJV, and if it is contractual, we say CJV. Okay, and sub participation, sub division, like equity based, again you can have three types, that is company, limited liability partnership, and partnership. Okay, in contractual it is only one, that is cooperation agreement or strategic alliance. Okay, the further division and classification we are not going to study in this particular topic as per your syllabus. We'll be just knowing the meaning of what is this equity based joint venture and contractual joint venture. Now you have as contractual joint venture. You can see here, it is an agreement in which two parties come together for a particular business project and sign a contract outlining the terms under which they will work together, just as an agreement. The parties do not set up a separate legal entity for the project but work together in partnership, sharing the profits or loss of the joint venture on the terms set out in the joint venture contract. So the terms you please remember here. Contractual joint venture, it is CJV. Okay, in partnership deed we have a in partnership we have a deed, and the deed is that agreement is there, that agreement we call it as partnership deed, isn't it? Similarly, when I say joint venture, two different businesses comes together to do a new business, so they too enter into an agreement, and that agreement we call it as joint venture contract, JVC. This term you have to remember. Okay, so an agreement in partnership is called partnership deed, an agreement in joint venture is called joint venture contract, JVC. Okay, so what is this contractual joint venture? So this is a type of joint venture where they don't establish a company called C. I said now A will be one company, B will be one company, together they start company C. Okay, that C company will be having separate legal entity. Clear? But if it is a contractual joint venture, actually C company will not have any legal existence. Mean in the eyes of law, it will not be a separate company like. Okay, it will be only a project of A and B companies. Is it clear? It will be like just as a project, a work, an activity done by A and B. There is no separate company which does that activity. Only through agreement they work out that work. For example, there is a project from the government that they have to lay roads up to a particular kilometers. Okay, particular kilometer someone has to lay the road. So that contract government want to give to the private people. Okay, now private people, I am a company, I individually cannot lay the roads, I don't have so much of resources and finance. I'll take the help of some other construction industry. Even I am in the construction industry, and my one of friend is also construction industry. Okay, I A company, my friend B company, together we enter into a contract called joint venture contract, and we take up that project from the government and we lay the roads. Okay, so when what we get from the government for laying the roads, we both distribute. We don't establish any company called C, but we just enter into an agreement called joint venture contract, that is an agreement under joint venture, and we do the work. Once the work completes, our agreement gets cancelled. Is it clear? Once our work completes, our agreement gets cancelled. That's it. Again, I will be doing my own business, and B, my friend will be doing his own business. Only to do a particular activity, we together do that by entering into a contract, joint venture contract, it is said. So for our project, what we have entered and what we have made agreement, for that we don't have any separate legal entity. Is that clear? So such joint ventures are called contractual joint ventures, in the sense just there is a contract between A and B to do a particular project. Once that particular project is completed, the contract gets terminated. A will be continuing A's business, B will be continuing B's business. That is called your contractual joint venture. It is just opposite to your equity-based joint venture. A type of joint venture in which two or more parties set up a separate legal company to act as a vehicle for carrying out the project. This new company would usually be located in the same country as one of the two partners' company, with the purpose of mutually establishing an activity with its own objective. Okay. like marketing, distribution, research, manufacturing, etc. The joint venture contract establishes all the agreements need to start up and manage a joint venture. So here in equity based joint venture, what happens? Here also you will be having the joint venture contract you will be having, but here in this type of joint venture you will establish a new company called C. In earlier, that is contractual joint venture, you don't establish any new company, just on the basis of agreement you do the work. Once that work completes, your agreement gets terminated. Okay, then you will be separated. But in equity joint venture, what happens? You will establish a new company. Together you establish. A will be having own business, B will be having his own business. Together they start C business. So when I come to the point of C business, C company, both are the owners. When it comes to the point of A company, only A will be the owner. When it comes to the point of B company, only the B will be the owner. But when it is a C company, both A and B will be the owners. Is that clear? So in equity joint venture, what happens? You will be establishing a company which has separate legal entity, like it can be a joint stock company. Okay, it will be a joint stock company. Together A and B will join together to start a new company called C. It will be having its own rules and regulations. Again, there will be an agreement between A and B with the terms and conditions to run C, because in C company, what is the position of A, what is the position of B will be declared by whom? By both when they have entered into a contract, that is joint venture contract. So this is a major difference what you have to remember about contractual and equity based joint ventures. In simple, in contractual joint ventures, they just enter into a contract, they don't form any new company having separate legal entity. But in case of your equity based joint venture, A and B will enter into an agreement to start a new business with a new entity, that is a separate business they'll start, and for that separate business both A and B will be the owners. In this case, A will be having his own business, B will be having his own business. Apart from that own business, they will be participating in the new company also. This is what your equity based joint venture. Now we'll see what are the advantages of joint venture, why people want to get into joint venture. So these are the general advantages, like increased resources and capacity. See, individually I cannot grab the market. For example, any of the foreign country want to enter into Indian market. They want to produce the goods and they want to sell into the Indian market. So generally Indian market is too big market. Just China and Indian markets are too big. Okay, they have more expansion, more scope. So what they do, individually they cannot target on India. So they take the help of some other company of their country, or they may take the help of some other country, some other company of our country. Together they start doing all these things. Then what happens? Your resources will increase, your capacity of grabbing the market will increase. So in order to increase their resources and in order to expand their capacity, generally businesses will go with joint venture. We know now individually we cannot do much, but together we can do much. So with that intention, generally businesses will prefer this joint venture businesses. Then next, access to new markets and new distribution networks. That is what, when you are together, when you have someone to share your responsibility, loss, risk, everything, generally you can go to the new markets in the sense like new countries you can enter and you can expand your business. And even distribution networks. See, for example, if you want to if an USA company want to enter into Indian market, they want to get into a joint venture of Indian company. The Indian company might already have that particular distribution in this particular country. Distribution in the sense how the goods are distributed through wholesalers, through the middlemen and through the retailers. Okay, so how they are going to distribute. So if they have already established a network, it becomes easy for the foreign country to have access to the India through this particular company, because the Indian company which is already having a good network system, distribution network system, can help the new foreign company to get to grab the market easily. To avail such benefits also, in order to enter into new markets and also use the distribution networks which are already present, generally the companies will go with joint venture, means they join hand with some other businesses. Then access to new technology. Generally, when they are together, they will be having more resources. With more resources, they can be very easy. They will be having very easy access to the new technology, because when you want to purchase new technology, when you want to adapt that new technology, generally much resources are required, even skills are required. So when you have more money because of your partners, you will be having more access to new technology. And even what happens, one advanced company already might grab that technology. Even if you join hands with that particular company, that advanced technology will be flowed to your company also. So together you will be making profits. Then innovation. This we know, when you have more resources, new technology, advanced technology, generally innovation takes place. When you are coming out with innovative products, then generally the goodwill of your product will increase. So innovation in the sense coming out with the new things, always new. See, if you might observe, almost products come with one or the new thing 3 months once. So it's something they'll try to add to their product, something at least they want to change the package, color of the package, they want to change the size of the package or shape of the package, something they want to do, something change, because people expect that. So that is what we call innovation, coming out with the new things. But if you don't have money, new technology, this innovation feature cannot be achieved. Hence they have partnership, they have more resources, they have new access, they have easy access to new technology. Generally innovation is made possible through your joint ventures, just like your MNC, that is global enterprise. And even next point says this low cost of production. See, low cost of production in the sense the cost what you spend for producing the goods will be less if you go with the joint venture. Why and how? See, for example, I feel that particular raw material is available in plenty in some country. Okay, that the same raw material is available in our country at the at very low grade, or it might be of high cost. Because of many reasons, what I want to do is I want to establish my company in that particular country where the raw materials are cheap, that is less costly. Okay, so in that case what happens, I have to establish entire unit in that particular country. It is risky, to be frank. So what I'll do, I'll start making a joint venture with the company of that particular country. So together we start producing the goods. Is it clear? So I can produce the goods at low cost because I will be using the resources, I will be using the technology, I will be using everything of that particular country, and I will be producing the goods. The same goods if I produce in my country, it will be of high cost because the basic raw materials are very less in quantity, and it might be less in quality, and it might be very costly also. Because of all these features, what happens, I just go in search of the raw materials which are available at the different countries, at what rate they are available, at what range they are available, whether they are available at plenty or very least. In that way I am going to search. Okay, the business is going to work out their business in that way. So they'll select the country, and there they want to start the business because all the raw material, even manpower will be very cheap in many countries. Do you know manpower in our country is plenty actually when you compare to some of the advanced countries. Hence what they do to acquire the manpower, their industries are set in our country. Yes, because what they pay to their country people will be more high than compared to what they pay to us in our country. It will be in that way. So the businesses, what the businesses will do is they want to search the raw materials and they want to produce the goods at that place where all those resources are available at lesser rates. So in that way what happens, with this joint venture facility they can establish their industry in those areas, those countries where they are available at cheaper rate. In that case they will be producing the goods at low cost. When they produce at low cost, generally their profit margin will be more. For example, if the cost is more, generally they cannot set high profit margin, but when their cost is low they can set high profit margin, because prices will be very sensitive. Price part is very careful, because we should be very careful there, because you cannot set price as you like. Depending upon your cost and some sort of margin of profit you have to add, and then you have to set price for your product, and it should be very competitive also. Hence you cannot do anything with the price like what you like to do. Hence the cost has to be reduced, then your profit margin can be set high. Only that can be possible with your joint ventures when you take the help of some other businesses. And lastly, like established brand name. See, for example, brand name, you might be knowing a particular product will be popular because of its brand. So when this brand, generally this brand creates a goodwill, that is good reputation in the market. For example, already I have a particular, for example, if you take that Fair and Lovely, if you take the cream, if you consider the example of that cream, see, Fair and Lovely, that product is already available in the market and it has a brand name. That particular face cream has a brand, Fair and Lovely. Okay, so if someone joins with that company, joint venture together, if they want to do anything, they don't need to create any demand in the market, because already the brand is popular in our country. People know with its brand. If you just say the name of that brand, we know that it is popular in the country. Each and every small village people also, they know about the brand. So what we can do is, if any company want to join with the Fair and Lovely company to come out with a new product, then that new company will not spend anything on marketing of the goods, because marketing has become easy because of its brand name. Already the brand is popular in the country, so they no need to spend any money over marketing activity. For example, a new product you are launching in the particular market and you don't have any market for that, I mean you don't have any demand, then what happens? You have to spend more and more money in order to advertise that. More and more offers has to be given at the initial stage to make the brand popular. But if you join the hands with such a company which has already created goodwill through its brand name in the market, it becomes easy for you to save your money by not spending your money on the marketing activities. For example, A and B are the company. A is having a brand name already in the market. Okay, so when B joins hands with A, B will not spend any money to advertise the product, because A somehow it has good demand in the market. So people, by seeing the brand itself, they purchase the product because it's already created the goodwill. Good reputation is already present in the market. So B will take the advantage of A's brand name now. Is that clear? In that way, through joint ventures, what happens? Such a brand name advantage can be enjoyed by the new company which is entered into joint venture. So these are the advantages of your joint venture. So you have to remember, because it can be asked for 4 marks. You just go with the meaning, types of joint venture, n types, you don't, sub-classification, you don't have any much explanation, it is not in our syllabus. So just you try to know what is equity based joint venture, what is contractual joint venture, then what is the merits, or like what is the importance or benefits of your joint venture. And the next topic we have as a small topic like private public partnership. When I say private, it is general individuals. Like in private, we have seen 5 forms, isn't it? Like sole proprietorship, cooperative society, Hindu undivided family, partnership, okay, joint ventures, all these things, joint sector, that we have seen in private companies, forms of companies. In public sector, we have seen departmental undertaking, statutory corporation and government company. So now we see together they enter into a business. Now through in joint venture, it can be anyone, like private, public, public, and it can be anything. But this is a separate concept what we are going to learn here. It is a public and private partnership, in the sense it is a participation of government and general companies to do a particular work. Is it clear? So just make a difference between this. When I say joint venture, it can be 2 businesses of government, 2 businesses of private can come together to do a particular work. Is it clear? There is no compulsory that one party should be private and other party should be public. You don't have any compulsion in joint venture like that. Okay. But when I say public private partnership type of businesses, it means one side you have a government and another side you have private individuals. That private individuals can be sole proprietors, can be partnership firms, can be cooperative societies, can be HUF, can be your joint stock companies. We'll see the meaning of this. Private public partnership, generally referred as PPP, is a mode of implementing government programs, schemes in partnership with the private sector. See, whenever government want to do something to the public society, they'll sometimes they take the partnership of private people also. So such a type of mode of implementing government programs, for example, government want to do something to the public, so they alone they don't want to do, they don't want to take the partnership of private enterprises, private industries in that. So that is what called your PPP, that is public private enterprise. It have better meaning here. A public private sector refers to an arrangement between the public and private sectors, public in the sense government, private sectors in the sense individual, with clear agreement on shared objectives for the delivery of public infrastructure and our public services. You have to remember, this is not done for any profit. They are like NGOs will join hands in this. Okay, they are not doing anything for profit here. Generally, anything which they want to supply for the society. For example, they want to lay the roads, government want to come out with arranging some of the medical facility to the people. In all these cases, what happened, alone they don't want to do, they want to take the partnership of private people. Why it is done, you can see from the second meaning. It is an approach that public authorities adopt to increase the private sector involvement in the delivery of public service. Generally, it is a responsibility of the government to provide something to the public, that is to the government. But through this PPP projects, PPP in the sense public private partnership projects, government is also making private individuals to get involved in the government work to help the society. In many countries, PPPs are now a central feature of ongoing efforts to modernize public services and infrastructure. So it is one type of a business. We cannot say, because it is not done with the intention of any earning profit, but for the welfare of the society. Generally, it is the sole responsibility of the government, that is public sector, but also they'll try to involve private people, private individuals, private enterprises in their schemes, in their programs, so that even they feel responsible, because even they are using the resources of the society, isn't it? They exist in the society, the private enterprises. Hence, the government makes the private people feel and help the public through the government. So this is the concept of your PPP. Go with the meaning, you take the help of notes and textbooks also, and go with the exercise questions also. Anything if we are left out, we'll clear. And one topic, that is changing role of public sector, we didn't yet cover. I'll see if possible I'll cover it, if not we'll shift to the next chapter. Till we meet in our next class, take care, bye bye.